Good morning to all the class 8 students. In this video, we are going to discuss about chapter number 3, which is your synthetic fibers and plastic. So before going to the synthetic fibers and plastic, let us discuss what do we mean by monomers and what do we mean by polymers. Monomers are those many small molecules together to form a polymer is called as a monomer. So you can see that means what monomers are basically they are the very small units of the polymers are the monomers. So what is polymers? Polymers is a many monomers joined together to form a big molecule. To form a big molecule is called as a polymer. So many small molecules called monomers joined together to form a big molecule is called a polymer. And the process of formation of polymer is called as polymerizations. So by the process of polymerizations, the synthetic fibers are made. That is why we have discussed about the monomers and polymers. Monomers are the basic unit of the polymers, and then polymerization is the process of formation of the polymers. Then fibers are basically of two types. One is your natural fibers and the other one is your man-made fibers. So we are going to discuss in this chapter about our man-made fibers, that is synthetic fibers and plastic is the main discussion of this chapter. So natural fibers, you know that it is obtained from plant sources as well as the animal sources. Plant sources example can be of cotton, jute, flax and so on. These are the examples of cotton plant sources fiber. And then when we are talking about the man-made fibers, that means synthetic fibers are made in, basically they are made in the laboratories, or you can say they are made in the factories. So all the fibers which are made in the laboratories or factories are called as the man-made fibers or synthetic fibers. Examples of synthetic fibers are rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylon and so on. These are the various types of fibers which are. So the man-made fibers, or you can say the synthetic fibers, are rayon, nylon, polyester, acryons and so on. There are various types of synthetic fibers which are made in the laboratories or factories. Let us first discuss what is rayon and what are the uses of the rayons. Rayon is a fiber which is obtained from a material by dissolving cotton and woolen cellulose. That means rayon is obtained by the process of polymerizations of the cotton as well as with the wood combination cellulose. So rayon is obtained from two materials, cotton and wool, that is wood cellulose. That means it is obtained from a plant sources. By mixing two plant sources, rayon fiber is obtained. Rayon fiber is similar to your silk. So rayon is also known as your artificial silk. The other name of the rayon is also artificial silk because rayon resembles your silk cloth. That is why, or you can say silk fiber. It resembles the silk fiber. That is why it is known as your artificial silk. So what are the uses of the rayons? Rayons are different varieties of textiles with a silky flame. They are the uses of the rayon. That means it has a silky texture. Wounds are dressed. The wounds which are it is used for when the wounds like rayon gauze and lint, as it does not stick to the wounds to the same extent to the cotton gauze. So for the wounds healing purposes, bandages are made from the rayon. Tire cord, it is used for manufacturing of the tires, and also it is used for manufacturing of the carpets, and it is used for manufacturing of the carpets. That means wool is blended with the rayon. Then next let us discuss what are the uses of the nylon. Nylon, the basic unit of nylon is polyamide polymer. It is prepared by polymerizations of the amide molecules. That means nylon is prepared by the polymerizations of the amide molecules. Then what are the various uses of the nylon molecule is what nylons are used for weaving fabrics like this, tires. It is also used for manufacturing of the tires and strings for tennis rackets. So it is used for making of tennis rackets, parachutes, all and so on. Many brushes also, foams also are made of the nylon fiber. Then polyester, the monomer of polyester is ester molecules. So it is made by the polymerization of the ester molecules. Polyester is made. So polyester, what are the uses of the polyester? Polyester is used for cotton forms like polycoat. It is used for making of the polycoats. It is used for in pillows also. It is used furnishing such as bed sheets, curtains, drapers. It is used for that purposes. So there are many uses. Other than that, you can go through your book and just see what are the different uses of the polyesters. Now we will go to the acrylon. Acrylon is used for what? it is mainly used for nylon. It is acrylon similar. It is similar with your nylon fabric. So it is used for making up of your blankets, also curtains, also wall hangings, and so on. These are the various types of examples of the acrylon. Now we'll go to our topic, plastic. Plastic is what? It is plastics is mainly classified into two types. That means thermoplastics and thermoset plastics. So plastics are mainly classified into two types, thermoplastics and thermoset plastics. Plastic has been derived from the word plasticose. So plastic is derived from the word plasticose. Plastic means to make it soft. So plasticose meaning capable of being shaped or molded. So the word itself, plasticose, means capable of being shaped and molded. So plastic can be given any kind of shape and it can be molded into any different varieties. So plastics are thermoplastics. Thermoplastics examples is your polythenes, Teflon, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, polystyrene. All these are the examples of your thermoplastics. Because what are thermoplastics? They are very soft and they can be melted on heating. So thermoplastics are those plastics which can be melted on heating because of its being very soft, and it can be given into any shape one wants. Examples of the thermoplastic is what you can helmets is made of the thermoplastics, bottles is made, then distilled bottle is made, then after that face wash tubes are made of that thermoplastics, and so on. Teflon it is mainly used for the non-sticking cooking utensils. So Teflon materials are used for making up of the non-stick cookwares. And PVC, it is used for making up the bottles, floor coverings, also raincoats, handbags, soles of the clothes is made, sandals, leather-like materials. All these are made from your PVC. That means polyvinyl chloride is made from is used for making up the raincoats, then sandals, leather-like materials. All these kinds of wire it is used for from the PVC polythene. Now let us discuss what do we mean by thermoset plastic. Thermoset plastics are those plastics which once molded means which what? Which once given shape cannot be demolded. We cannot melt that one very easily. That kind of plastic is called as your thermoset plastics. And thermoset plastics are very hard in the nature. As you can see, the thermoset plastic example is bakelite, rubber, melamine, so on. These are the various types of thermoset plastic. So these are the plastics which once molded cannot be remolded or recycled. If thermoset plastics are heated to recycle, they will burn. So if thermoset plastics are heated, they will burn, but they will not melt. That is the nature of the thermoset plastics, and you can say that is basic difference between a thermoplastic and thermoset plastics. Now let's see what are the various uses of the plastic. So various uses of the plastic is what? It is used for making different types of utensils, bottles, water bottles, canes. All these things are made of the plastics. Also raincoats, umbrellas, all these are made from your what? Plastics. So these are the various uses of the plastics. Melamine plastic is very hard and tough. It has assumed great importance these days particularly. So melamine plastics is mainly used for making up of the cookeries items. Bakelite is also used for cooking utensils and so on. These are the uses. Now a question comes, why we should not use plastic? So as we know that plastics they cannot be recycled and they are very non-biodegradable substances. So why we should not use it plastics? We are using day by day, so where the use of plastic is seen in every day by day. So why we should use it and why we should not use it, that is a question. So for that one, why we should not use plastic is the most common reason is that since it is non-biodegradable in nature, we should not use plastics. But we cannot stop the using of the plastic. For this reason, plastic has to be what? We should not get rid of the plastics. The same question is how to get rid of the plastics. Since it is a non-biodegradable, but there is a lot of use of the plastics, we have to have an alternative method to use the plastics. So how can we get rid of the plastic problem is here by the four principles, that is refuse, reduce, reuse and recycle. These are the four principles on which we can get rid of the plastics, and we can have an alternative method by which we can use the instead of plastic we can use another material as similar with the plastic. So this is the one. Refuse means strictly do not use the any kind of materials which is made from the plastic, but that is not happening. We are using the plastic over and over again, but for those purpose, the first method is not so accepted. The third second, third and fourth method is very acceptable. That means reduce, reuse and recycle. We can minimize the use of the plastics. We can reuse the plastic in the form of making another materials, decorative purposes and so on, and recycle. That means we can, the plastic has a nature that it can be given any kind of shape and molded. So we can melt that plastics and again form the new type of plastics. So recycle process is very good. So we can use the reduce, reuse and recycle. We can use 3 methods. With this we can minimize the use of the plastic. This is all about your chapter number 3. You watch the video twice and thrice and you will go through your book so that you will have a very clear concept about the synthetic fibers and plastics. That's all. Thank you.